Okay, so this one's really cool. I'm excited about this. This is another thing that I got from the same place I got red dates from. I got this from a Middle Eastern market called a Elat in LA. And this is something that was recommended to me, I think by one of my watchers on YouTube. So thank you for whoever gave me this suggestion. So I don't have your name handy, but this was something I was told to look for, and I found it, and I am amazed. Pistachios, yeah. So this is something I didn't know this. Okay, so like I was so thrilled to find this out because it's really interesting. But pistachios are a fruit, like a lot of nuts you eat, like Brazil nuts and macadamia nuts, cashews, almonds. They're all fruits. They're not true nuts. They are a fruit, and you're eating like basically the seed of a fruit. This is a fresh pistachio fruit, unpeeled. So if you peel this thing, you get to that nut that you know. But look at it. Take a look at that. What does it look like? It looks like a tiny little mango. Well, what's exciting, these are related to mangoes. They're in the same family as mangoes. Different genus, I believe, definitely different species. They're pretty distantly related, but they are related. So the fact that this looks like a little mango is not too surprising. So what this outside part is basically just a very thin skin to it. You can see it just peels off, and right below the surface of that thin skin is the nut inside. So there's the pistachio nut right here. So normally what happens is this little shelled nut here is then dried and then roasted, and then, you know, maybe salted or flavored, and then it gets put into a bag, and that's how you get it. So this has not had anything happen to it. This is still like a little bit wet when you touch it. Okay, sorry if there's some noise now. I turned on the AC because I am dying in this car. It is like 100 degrees out here. Before I get to the nut, I actually want to try the skin. I'm honestly not entirely sure if this is edible. You know, might not be, but I don't think it's going to kill me. It just might, you know, if you eat a lot of it, it might make you sick. I don't know. So I wouldn't recommend doing this if you do get your hands on fresh pistachios. Mangoes and pistachios are related, but pistachios are also related to things that have poison in them. Poison ivy is related to pistachios and mangoes. Cashew nuts that you have, those are actually highly poisonous. The apple of the cashew fruit is edible, and the inside of the nut is, but the outer covering of the seed of the cashew is actually very highly poisonous, and you can't even like hardly touch it without like breaking out. So not something to really mess with. I'm not going to eat like a ton of it, but I am going to take a little bite out of it just because I am curious if this does in fact taste like mangoes. I'm not going to swallow it. Actually, yes. that is kind of awesome. The skin of this thing does taste like mango. It tastes like, it's not very sweet, maybe a little bit, but it's like a tart mango. It's got a little bit like a pine needle kind of flavor to it, maybe like a Tommy Atkins mango. Not the best of all mango flavors that is out there, but you know, if you're considering this is not something you're meant to eat, it's not bad at all. It actually reminds me a lot of like orange rind candy, kind of like it's like a little bit more citrusy tasting than your standard mango. So to get into this thing, you see it's not split open the way that pistachios are when you get roasted ones. So let me see if I can. I'm gonna try to open this with my teeth. It is quite soft, so it's not too hard to get in there. It's not dried out or roasted or anything. Okay, so here, there it is. And inside, it looks like just your regular old pistachio, but you can see maybe it's a little like white on the outside. That's because this has not been dried out, it hasn't been roasted, so it doesn't have like that brown color that it would have. Now let me try a bite. Inside you can see is quite green, maybe a little juicier looking. That's really good. That's really nice. It tastes like pistachios, but they're very fresh tasting. You know, that they're not dried, they're not roasted. It tastes kind of like a pistachio, but also a little bit like a bean, like a chickpea or something, like a really fresh tasting chickpea kind of taste with a nuttiness and a little green taste and a little bit of like a chestnut kind of flavor. But it does taste similar to pistachios. It's just like a lot more refreshing tasting. There's a, yeah, that's really nice. That's really, really good. And there is a little hint. It's subtle, but a little hint of that skin taste. Maybe it's just like a little residue, you know, for that seeped into that hole or something. Maybe that's all it is. But there's a little hint of that mango taste to it, which is actually really, really good. So yeah, this is an incredibly interesting thing to me. Like I love that this exists, and I had no idea where pistachios came from, honestly, before this was before I was told about this. So I'm thrilled about this one. Very, very interesting. So thank you to the viewer who told me about this, and we'll see what else I can find here in California. So I'll see you guys. Bye-bye. Okay, I only have 1 minute, so I have to make this fast. Guys, click the like button if you enjoyed this video. Click the subscribe button if you haven't already. Click that bell. I don't know what the bell does, but it probably gives an angel its wings, so click on it. That dislike button, don't click that one. Go to the comments, leave a comment if you have something to say. Go to this description, because in the description there is a link to my Patreon page where you can help contribute to my channel and make it grow. There's also a link to my website where you see a backlog of videos, more information, and also you can buy a t-shirt at my website now. I want to give a special shout out to the channel Smarter Every Day. Smarter Every Day is a mega contributor on Patreon. They're really helping me out. If you like what I'm doing with fruit, check out his channel because it basically covers everything involving science. It's really interesting. Also around there should be a couple of videos right here. These are the videos to my next week's episode if it's up, and last week's episode where you can check that out. I still have 3 seconds, guys, so thank you so much. Bye-bye.